Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and once you're done, leave a comment saying that I subscribed, and you will be replied to. We'll be doing as many as we can. Did anyone actually mention that Mark Henry retired? Like, seriously, I was drafting this list, and I had to throw in Mark Henry and do the whole, haha, world's 7th strongest wrestler and all that shit, but, like, he's retired. I legitimately had no idea. Like, I figured he was just being used sparingly on the house show circuit, like Big Show and Kane before last month. I didn't realize he was just a fucking producer now. Wow. So in honor of Mark Henry's retirement, like 6 months ago, I'm D-Wick, and these are the 10 strongest wrestlers in the WWE. These will be based around pound for pound. You pretty much all know why I'm saying that, so you smaller guys getting a little bit of a boost. Number 10, Jinder Mahal. Okay, so I can understand this list having no credibility anymore, and to be fair, I'd see your point. But if you look at him, it's not too hard to believe it. Jinder really has gotten strong as hell. Around the time of his WWE Championship coronation, WWE were really pushing out those workout videos for him. It's downright insane what he's pulling off in the gym nowadays. He can only take the number 10 spot because in the ring he's yet to properly show off that newfound strength, but for now, he deserves a spot on the list.
And the Colossus to Randy Orton. Oh, no. Oh, the Colossus. And the Colossus to Harper.
Number 9, Kane. The big red demon still deserves a spot on the list despite being well over a decade past his prime. Kane still manages to this day to be one of the most physically imposing figures within the business, despite that figure definitely getting less and less intimidating as the years go on. Kane's big, he's tall, and he's still strong as fuck, managing to manhandle Braun Strowman to some extent recently, which is impressive considering his ranking on this list. Spoilers.
The Giant is up! The Giant is down!
A 500-pound chokeslam.
Chokeslam!
Number 8, Nia Jax. You heard me. Show me where in the script I said it was only male wrestlers up for contention. Nia Jax is a fucking beast, and while she's definitely not the most agile or technically gifted wrestler on this list, she's definitely up there in terms of the strength. Especially if you're comparing her to the other females on either Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT's roster. She's got to be the strongest of all of them. She manages to single-handedly manhandle everyone she runs into and has yet to have a proper counter thus far. I mean, I guess there's Tamina, but fuck Tamina. Nia Jax is where it's at.
Bowling right through Bailey, and now the leg drop. Put this one to bed, guys. How impressive was Nia?
Number 7, Sheamus. A lot of people shook their heads in disgust and disappointment when Sheamus was latched to the side of Cesaro following their Best of 7 series, but let's give WWE some credit. The bar is awesome, and creative really wouldn't have anything better for either of them anyways, so let's just be happy with what we got. Considering Sheamus has been on the roster for well over 8 years now, he especially of the two probably would be dead in the water at this moment, which is a real shame too because it's easy to forget just how powerful he is. A true Celtic warrior, Sheamus puts almost every other brute force wrestler on the roster to shame.
Cesaro and Anderson keep fighting. Kick. Gallows was distracted. Sheamus takes advantage. Sheamus with the win. Oh man! A front kick by Sheamus. A hook of the leg. He did it. Oh my God! Sheamus is the world champion.
Number 6, The Big Show. Oh, God bless this big man. He gets a lot of hate. He especially got a lot of hate in 2014 to 2015 when he and Kane were the worst part of the roster, but the last year or so for him has been fucking excellent. I mean, he managed to get abs at that size. That's insane. With his sparing use, it's easy to forget how impressive of an athlete he still is and just how strong he still is. But throughout his career, he's always been a premier big man, and there's little reason to question why.
Oh my God, look at this! Big Show did it! Big Show just tipped over that 4,400-pound Jeep! Oh, Big Show! Oh no, he's done! He's done! Big Show may have broken Mysterio in half! Hook of the leg! It's over!
Number 5, Big E. Big E, just look at those muscles. Holy shit, Big E. Holy shit. If there's anyone on this list that you just look at and say, okay, that man could probably lift up the moon, he'd probably top that list. WWE has never tried to keep his insane strength much of a secret either. While back before the New Day, he didn't really do much on the main roster. In his NXT days, Big E had a gimmick where he'd pin people for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5-second pinfalls. That is insane. Can you actually imagine trying to rationalize that in kayfabe terms? Imagine WrestleMania 25. Imagine Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker if you had to pin for 5 seconds. That is actually insane. Also, seeing Big E catch people in midair and then also somehow planching onto his neck of steel multiple times without dying. Those are 2 other impressive, strong things that he does.
Close grip bench press, 225 warm up, and then just a few reps at 405.
Right back on his shoulder, Big Andy time! He got the powerful Big A Langston planning. And just like he did to John Cena last.
Number 4, John Cena. Alright, okay. So we're at that point on the list now where technically and theoretically every single person from here on out could punch a wall and that wall would probably shed a tear. John Cena is quite literally the closest thing the world has ever seen to a real-life superhero, and when you're a superhero, you need some superpowers. Well, Cena's super strength is no secret. Of all the people on the list, he's perhaps pulled off some of the most impressive singular spots of strength of anyone. One that comes to mind for me is when he hit an attitude adjustment on both Big Show and Edge at the same time, a combined weight of around, oh, I don't know, 2 giant fucking pro wrestlers, one of them being the Big Show.
Oh my God! No, you gotta be kidding me! Oh. John Cena had both men up, and there's the attitude adjustment to.
He's a strong man, a very strong man.
Cena's leading. Oh my God! 500-pound FU. 500. Look at Cena. Remember this. There's no disqualification in this match. He's getting real. Look at the
Number 3, Brock Lesnar. Wow, just number 3? Really? What a weird state of affairs. Brock Lesnar places only number 3 on a list of the strongest wrestlers within the company. But to be fair, I don't actually know how strong he is. I don't know the real ranking of the strongest wrestlers. I'll give you the spoiler. This list is just based off me looking at them and saying, ooh, he did that. I'm just calling it how I see it, but let's not sell the beast short. He is insanely impressive inside of that ring. I don't need to tell you this. He tosses around anyone that he pleases with the utmost of ease. He doesn't even try. Suplex City bitch is a thing for a reason, and Jesus Christ, is it a thing. Everyone on this list at one point or another has been manhandled by Brock, and that is saying something. Well, except for Nia, from what we know. Good fucking God, what a weird sex scandal that'd be.
So obviously struck a chord with Brock Lesnar. And look at Lesnar with an F5 to the Giant. Now look at this. Brock picks Strowman up. Brock picks him up. Look at the F5. F5 to Strowman.
Number 2, Cesaro. Oh, damn it. Last time we made this list, I really wanted to put him at number 1, but Lesnar had to take the crown for the time. And once again, Cesaro finds himself at 2nd place. But hey, at least he's beaten his former main rival. Why haven't we gotten that match yet? Wow. Cesaro versus Brock Lesnar. Wow. That pound-for-pound disclaimer earlier on was pretty important. While it was pretty much only there for Cesaro, it really goes a long way considering how impressive his strength is for his size. He just lifts people. I mean, Chris Jericho has said on the record that, you know, how most people, you have to jump. You know, if Kevin Nash is doing a powerbomb on someone, they have to, like, jump into it. No. Cesaro he just lifts you. The neutralizer. He just lifts. It's what? That's insane. That's actually insane.
Universe! Impossible! You gotta be kidding me! Oh my God! Oh my God! Can he get Big Show? And he does! Wow! Wow! Yeah, but what?
Honorable mention, fuck off. They happen when they happen, and this one feels worthwhile. Goldberg. He's not really in the company anymore. He's sort of retired, and truth be told, he probably isn't stronger than anyone on this list anymore. But he sure does feel like he belongs on this list, doesn't he?
They're stinging everyone! Oh my, he's got it! Oh my God! 1, 2, and 3!
And number 1, Braun Strowman. Of course, it's the one man who's actually competed in strongman competitions before. I really don't need to justify this. I mean, who else has ever manhandled Brock Lesnar so easily? Goldberg, but he's an honorable mention. Really, there's only one clip you need to see to understand why he's here, and so here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman pushing over a goddamn fucking ambulance. That That's professional wrestling.
Manhandled like Braun Strowman's doing right now. Lesnar through the table. A running power slam through the table. Tell you guys, what on earth? Oh my God! The ring just imploded. Wow.
Click like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DWicketYT. Thanks for watching.